In this video, we will begin by loading our data into Power BI and ensuring that all columns have the correct data types. I have already loaded the dataset into Power BI desktop and we are now looking at it in the data view. One of the first things you should always verify after loading data is whether Power BI has correctly inferred the data types for each column. If you look closely, you will notice that some columns represent dates, times, and numeric values. But Power BI may not always assign the correct type of by default. Let's start by checking the order date and order time columns. I select each column, go to the column tools ribbon and explicitly change the data type to date for the order date column and time for the order time column. Next, I focus on the order underscore price and total underscore price columns. These represents monetary values, so they should be stored as a decimal numbers. I right click on the column header, select change type, then choose using locale. This is important when working with currencies or decimal values. I select decimal number as the data type and choose English United States as the locale. This ensures that Power BI correctly interprets decimal separators and currency formatting. Once this step is complete, our dataset is properly typed and ready for analysis. Now that our data types are correctly set, we will move on to creating the core KPI measures that form the backbone of our dashboard. All measures are created from the Modeling tab by selecting New Measure. Let's start with our most important metric, total revenue. We define total revenue as the sum of the total underscore price column. Once created, I format this measure as currency. This becomes our primary revenue KPI. Next, we create total orders. Here we use distinct count on the order ID column. This ensures we are counting unique orders, not individual pizzas. Our third measure is total pizzas sold, which is simply the sum of quantity column. This tells us how many pizzas were sold across all orders. Now let's calculate average order value or AOV. This is calculated by dividing total revenue by total orders using the divide function. Finally, we create average pizzas per order, which divides total pizzas sold by total orders. This metric helps us understand customer purchasing behavior. Together, these measures form the foundation for all further analysis. Before we build charts, it is critical to validate our measure and confirm that the numbers make sense. I switch to report view and add card visuals to the canvas. Each card will display one of our KPI measures. I add cards for total revenue, total orders, total pizzas sold, average order value, and average pizzas per order. I arrange them in a single row at the top of the report, which creates a clean and professional layout. Next, I validate the numbers. Total revenue should match the value from our source system, which is approximately 817,860. Average order value falls within a reasonable range of $15 to $25. And average pizzas per order is between 1 and 3. Since all values fall within expected range, we can confidently proceed. These KPIs are now reliable and ready to drive the rest of our dashboard. In this video, we will analyze ordering patterns across days of the week and hours of the day. We begin by creating a calculated column for day name using the format function on the order date. This gives us values like Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. However, to ensure correct sorting, we also create a day number column using the weekday function. This assigns numeric values from 1 to 7, corresponding to Sunday through Saturday. In the data view, I select the day name column and use sort by column to sort it by day number. This step is critical. Without it, Power BI would sort days alphabetically. Now we build the daily orders trend chart. I use a line chart with day name on the x-axis and total orders on the y-axis. I turn on data labels and give the chart a clear title, orders by day of week. Next, we analyze hourly trends. I create a new column called order hour using hour function on the order time column. This gives us values from 0 to 23. Using a line chart, I place order hour on the x-axis and total orders on the y-axis. I set the x-axis to continuous. Define the range from 0 to 23. Turn on data markers and remove grid lines for a cleaner look. This chart clearly shows peak ordering hours throughout the day. We will focus on product performance and interactivity. First, we analyze the percentage of sales by pizza category. I use a donut chart, placing pizza category in the legend and total revenue in values. Power BI automatically calculates and displays percentage contribution. We repeat the same approach for pizza size using total revenue to understand which size generates the most sales. Next, we identify our top performing pizzas. Using a horizontal bar chart, I place pizza name on the axis and total pizzas sold as the value. In the filter pane, I apply a top and filter showing the top 5 pizzas by total revenue. I sort the chart in descending order by quantity sold. To identify poor performers, I duplicate this visual and change the filter to show the bottom 5 pizzas. This highlights items that may need re-evaluation or any promotional support. Required, we can also include a total sales by month visual to support time-based analysis. Finally, I add a date slicer using the order date column. This allows us users to interactively filter the entire dashboard by time period. With this, our Power BI dashboard is complete, clean, interactive, and driven by well-validated metrics.